So now we are going to look into the works of Elizabeth Inchbald. By the name suggests, உங்களுக்கு தெரியும், she is a female writer. Okay, she underwent a lot of struggles in her life. At a very early age, her father passed away, and her mother had to do all the work, both take care of the family and also win bread for the family. So చిన్న వయసులో ఎలిజబెత్ ఇంచ్బర్డ్ she moved out of the town to earn for herself. So she went to the town and she started uh, looking into the auditions to become an actor. Later in her life, she married actor Joseph Inchbald and first appeared in the character of Cordelia in King Lear. And interestingly, the character King Lear was acted by her own husband Joseph Inchbald. Okay, and then even after his death, she continued acting. So she wrote a lot of plays and a few novels. First, let me list out all the works she has written, and let's take a brief look into her important works. Okay, the first one we are going to take a look at her plays. Okay, the first tale she wrote is the Mughal tale. Next one is I'll Tell You What, Wives as They Were and Maids as They Are, Widow's Vow. Similarly, there is Lover's Vow, Midnight Hour, Child's Nature, Married Man, Next Door Neighbor, and we have Everyone Has Their Fault, To Marry or Not Marry. This is based on Shakespeare's quote, to be or not to be, from Hamlet. Okay, now there is another work called The Wedding Day, Wise Man of East, and she wrote two novels which established her name as a writer. Okay, the first novel is Simple Story, the second novel is Nature and Art. Both these work, they are revolutionary in nature. They are way ahead of their time. Okay, she wrote about social reforms and she contrasted the conventional ideas next to the new revolutionary ideas through her characters. And also she wrote about the place of women in society, the options that they have in their life to live. இதை பற்றிலாம் வந்து she has written in those novels. So these two novels established her as writer. And now we are going to take a look at a gist of these two novels. The first novel is Simple Story. It is about the life of Miss Milner. Okay, she's an unconventional heroine with a lot of flaws, not like, you know, those heroines who the men writers usually portray, perfect virgin, fair, slim, thin, all of that. Not like that. So here Miss Milner is an unconventional heroine of all human feelings. Okay, initially her father dies and she is left under the care of her guardian, Dory Fort, who is also a Catholic priest. Okay, so this girl, she falls in love with, she develops feelings for the Catholic priest Dory Fort. But Dory Fort is a very he is after money. He wants to inherit money of his relatives. So when the Pope relieves him of his vow to celibacy, and he goes and marries another person. Okay, so later in life, it is written in a lot of parts, like there is 5 volumes for this book. So in the later volumes we see the death of Lady Elmwood. Lady Elmwood is no one but Miss Milner. Later in her life, Lord Elmwood marries her so that she becomes Lady Elmwood, and they too have a child called daughter Matilda. And this person, Lord Elmwood, is always away, okay, for his work. So in that time, during that time, she develops an affair with some old friend of hers, which he comes to know, and he completely disowns her and her daughter. And later in life, during when she is in her deathbed, she writes a letter to Lord Elmwood, pleading to accept his own daughter. But he never does that. But later in life, Matilda comes in close territory to the estate of Lord Elmwood, and she falls in love with someone related to Lord Elmwood. Later, Lord Elmwood gives permission to that person to marry her. So it goes like that. Okay, the next work is Nature and Art. So the topic itself, you can see that there are two opposing ideas, okay, paired together in the topic, nature and art. Okay, so this story is about the opposition of upbringing, how two brothers, okay, who are born close to each other, choose different lives, and by portraying the lives of these two people, she portrays the conflicting nature of education, of selected education and money minded education, something like that. So there are these two brothers, not not brothers as in from the same mother, they are like more like cousins. First one's name is Henry Norvine, the second one's name is William. Okay, so Henry Norvine is a child of nature. He is unspoiled, brought up in an African island without any books and all. But his cousin William is spoiled aristocrat. Okay, he learns music, he marries a singer, he lives an humble life. Whereas this man chooses to live a very extravagant life, inheriting the property of all his four parents, and he is ashamed of being connected with this man. But this man has a happy life more than this man. So that is the entire crux of this work. And our writer Elizabeth Inchbald, she died in a suburban area so later in her life. So that is about Elizabeth Inchbald.